So we have our cold brew kits, the jar, the filters, and our coffee. So I'm going to show you how we do our cold brew. We are going to start with 29 ounces of water. We prefer to weigh it. You can measure it as well. We prefer to weigh it for accuracy, just so that it's consistent every time. I might run out of water, so I've got another jar here. Oh, maybe not. 9. I'm going to use the filter bag. We're going to start with the connection blend. And the water we used was Ice Mountain spring water. You can really use any spring water. Ice Mountain is just pretty easy for us to come by here in Dayton. Do our connection blend and just add all of our grinds into the filter bag. This is one of our 6-ounce bags, so this is the kind of the sample pack that will come in the kit. I'm going to pull it tight. Tie it off. And then I'm going to fold it over a little bit more. I'm trying to prevent any of the grounds from coming out. I'm still going to leave a little bit toward the top, just so that there's room for those grinds, for the water to get within the grinds. So I'm not going to pull it down too tight. Tie it off again. So now we have our coffee in our filter bag. I'm going to pop this in there. And you can do it just by kind of pressing it down. We want to try and saturate the beans as best we can. I use gloves. We use gloves whenever we're cooking and cutting up onions or anything like that. I tend to use them just because it's cleaner that way. And sometimes I'll just use my hands to massage the beans a little bit and really get them good and wet. And then we're going to let these beans soak for 18 hours. A lot of places will do it anywhere from 12 to 24. We've found that our preference is 18 hours. So once I get these beans good and saturated, I'm just going to put the lid on it and set it off to the side until tomorrow. You're going to keep them steeping at room temperature. You can steep them in the refrigerator. It might take a little bit longer to steep that way. So we're going to take our lid. So that was 29 ounces of water in our 6-ounce bag. We're going to let that sit. So now our steeping is complete. We're going to take our connection blend. We're going to take the filter bag out. And you can gently squeeze on this. The harder you squeeze, the more sediment that you're going to get coming out of the bag. But in general, the way we do it with these jars, it will usually yield somewhere between 19 and 20 ounces of concentrate, and that concentrate can be used for lattes, any recipes that might call for cold brew concentrate. And then once you're decided that you're ready to start drinking it as cold brew, depending on how strong you like it, you can do a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-2 ratio, 1-to-3 ratio with the spring water, the same spring water we used to process the cold brew. Just depending on how strong or weak you like it. We generally do a 1-to-2 ratio. With the used filters, you're able to open it up and compost the grinds, and the filters are recyclable.